What's up, y'all? We are working our way from Alabama back to Texas, where we're going to spend a month at Crystal Beach. But first, we've got a few stops that we have to stay. And 2 of those are planned. 1 of those is not. We are in Biloxi, Mississippi. We are spending the night at a Boondockers Welcome, our first one ever. Just ran over to the beach real quick, trying to catch whatever sunset we can before it goes away. Looks real beautiful. Everybody else is in the truck right there. Say hi, Tanya. We're gonna see what we can find to eat on the beach in Biloxi. Hey, look at that, now you can see me. You can see me. This is my first time, any of ours, first time going to a beach in Mississippi. We've never done it before. Figured, why not? We're only here for one night, but why not check it out, right? Hey, I should stop looking at the screen. I'm sorry to you viewers for doing that. All right, where are we going to eat? Do you have any suggestions?
We have a paper.
Does it have stuff on the beach or stuff that was local to that?
It was one restaurant that was on the waterfront called The Reef on Beach Boulevard.
Okay. All right. See if we can find The Reef or something else delicious. We're in Biloxi, Mississippi, and we utilize Boondockers Welcome for the very first time. It was an excellent stay. The owner, or the host, actually came out, met us, and we needed to kind of pull out into the street right there to make sure we got lined up perfectly on the drive like he wanted. He just walked into the street and helped us stop traffic so we could back up out there. The host here is also an Escapees member. He's got this nice Class A here with an awesome covered parking. And they've got 30 amps hooked up in here. They've even got a map, you see that behind me? Where everybody that stays here from Boondockers Welcome puts a pin in the map. They even had a pamphlet put together for us that had information like their Wi-Fi, restaurants nearby. We utilized their advice as well as the paper to go check out the sunset at the beach and go eat at the Reef restaurant right there on the beach. This was honestly my first time, or me and Tanya's first time, sleeping in Mississippi and even going to see the beach in Mississippi. It wasn't long, but we found a lot of cool things. There's even some nice RV parks right down there on the beach, as well as a lot of activities like laser tag, arcades, go-karts, cool stuff that'll keep the kids entertained. So we think we may have to come back to Biloxi, maybe spend a week here sometime. Boondockers Welcome is a company that they started on their own. They've merged with Harvest Host. It's a program where you pay an annual membership and then it reveals to you places that you can spend the night. There are options, and this is the reason we chose to go with this, because we're not ready to just boondock. We need a generator. And when I discovered that you can select the option for sites that accept generators, I said, all right, let's go ahead and give this a try. The funny thing though is we got here and we didn't need the generator because the host had 30 amp, and on a cool February night in Mississippi, we didn't even need the air conditioners, so 30 amp was sufficient. If you're curious about Boondockers Welcome, I will put a link in the description below so that you can go and check that out, learn a little bit more about it. If it's something that interests you, sign up for it, give it a shot. It's not that expensive, it's quite affordable, and if you're able to then utilize it, then you're gonna save money on night stays. We could have spent $60 last night. The host did ask for a $10 donation to help out with electricity. Absolutely. That's still way cheaper than I would have spent at an RV resort to spend the night.
And some scribble.
After we stayed in Biloxi, we needed to stop one more night on our way through Louisiana, and we stopped and stayed at a resort that was huge. It was massive. I didn't take the time to count. We were there for one night. There were so many RV spots. they had expanded beyond it. It blew my mind how many there were, and a lot of people stay there for the resort portion of it. They had a pretty big swimming pool. They had some pretty cool hot tubs that you can check out, swim up bars, a lot of things like that. But we weren't really big fans of this place because it felt disproportionate. It was the amount of RV sites compared to the amount of swimming area was way off. And if you're gonna charge that much money, I would hope that I could get access to those pools and use stuff like that. But if that place is completely full, going to that swimming pool is probably gonna put you way over your max capacity. Next thing you know, the fire marshal's gonna be shutting you down. Just wasn't a huge fan of the place, so I apologize we don't have more footage of it. I didn't have the best vibe going through there. It was the Cajun Palms RV Resort, which is just a little east of Lafayette, Louisiana. Like I said, the place was huge. There was a lot of RV spots, a lot of RV parking. The way that they receive you, that you check in, big covered awning over the driveway. It's all very nice. Like, they're doing a good job. I just think that they've kind of, by adding more RV spots, they've kind of surpassed the value of the resort. So another factor too was the restaurants. A lot of people were going to a restaurant that was just outside of the campus, and that seemed really cool, but the wait was like an hour to 2 hours. We just went to Waffle House. If you've watched us long enough, you know we're huge fans of Waffle House. So that's not an issue for us. But what seemed odd was it looked like there was a restaurant right there on the campus, and finding access to it was very difficult. And when we got access, we got parked, like they were directing traffic and parking us, only to find out that it was some kind of a wedding party, and that, I'm like, there was no signs that said wedding party this way, anything like that. We were trying to find the restaurant that was supposedly on the resort, which apparently where everybody was going was the one that was just to the west. We are back in Livingston, and we're not supposed to be. We're supposed to be at Crystal Beach, Texas right now. But we were pulling in, and we're gonna stay for a month in Crystal Beach, and I have to get a vehicle inspection done and a trailer inspection done. You have to actually unhook the trailer and go get it inspected. And on top of that, we still hadn't gotten our title and registration and taxes and all that stuff done. So after we bought our F-250 and our open range RV, which we bought from a private individual seller, and we used USAA Federal Savings Bank to finance our loans, they don't have a title department. They rely on you to take care of that yourself. So I had to do that. And I didn't realize at first. I went as soon as I could in Livingston to Polk County Tax Assessor's office to take care of that business. And they're like, where's the title? And I'm like, I don't have the title. You know how long it's gonna take to get the title? It's somewhere around 45 days. Somebody at the banks, they're waiting their sweet time to take care of that business. So because that hadn't changed hands, I couldn't transfer the titles, the license plates, any of that for the whole time that we were in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana. That was very frustrating. So we had to go back to Livingston. We now have received the titles. They're waiting for us at our Escapees Mail Center. So what we did was we got 2 nights at Escapees. We went back there, got our titles from the mail. We also needed to do vehicle inspections for Texas. So there's a place not too far that does the trailer and the truck. We went through there and got those safety inspections done. Now we've got all our paperwork. We've got everything filled out. We're ready to go to the Polk County Tax Assessor's office, take care of tax, title, all that kind of business. And that's all right. The girls are happy. They're back here playing at this is the park. What is this park called? I cannot remember this park.
I can't remember either.
There's a golf course over there. There's a bunch of people playing golf right now. They're doing some kind of work down here. It's kind of new. Kira noticed that green slide over there moved. Must have been on the other side of that fence. And they moved the green slide. So we got everything taken care of, and we are just letting the girls play on the playground for a little bit. And
I'm going for the fingers.
what's happening?
Kira and Kaylin, you have to see the video.
I do apologize if my hair does not match what you've seen in the rest of this video. That's because, like I said, I didn't film as much as I should have to talk about some of these parts. So it's now the future. This is future me talking about past me. So hopefully we get everything caught up. Next week we are going to be in Crystal Beach, Texas on the Port Bolivar Peninsula. Is it Port or is it just Bolivar Peninsula? Something to that effect. It's a pretty cool place. Can't wait to share that with you. It's very close to Galveston, where you can take a free ferry across the bay over to Galveston. Depending on if you catch the time right, you can watch dolphins from the ferry for free. I love that. So we hope to see you back next week to check out Crystal Beach and Galveston. We hope that stay safe out there. Remember that life happens. Don't let it stop you.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.